Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'd like to show you how to create your own card background. This background here is not a designer series paper. I stamped it, and it looks very much like a designer series paper, doesn't it? So I've had a few requests, and I wanted to show you exactly how to do it. This card uses the beautiful Painted Seasons stamp set. Now the Painted Seasons stamp set is one that you get free during Celebration from January 1st through March 31st of 2019. So it's still available. It does come with, it actually comes with its own designer series paper in a bundle, but today we're going to make our own, basically our own designer series paper. So let's get started. So I've taken a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's 5¼ inches by 4 inches. And we're going to just start stamping. Now the colors I used on the sample that I showed you are Blueberry Bushel, Lovely Lipstick, and Call Me Clover. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Blueberry Bushel, because that is the strongest of the biggest, really the biggest stamp. And I'm gonna, these stamps are so spectacular. They are called the distinctive stamps, which gives all that beautiful, the beautiful lines and variegation. So I just do it arbitrarily. And we made this card at my card classes this past weekend, and the ladies just loved it. So I'm just going to stamp kind of arbitrarily around, and I'll put another one, I think a little bit up here. Okay, there's your biggest flower. So I start from the biggest and I work down to the smallest. Now we're going to use Lovely Lipstick, and this is the second largest flower. I think I really like this stamp the best. You can't see it too well here on when it's inked, but it is gorgeous. So now I'm going to go in and see where I can fit it. And I'm going to put one here. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the shading on this particular stamp. And I actually think I can fit one right in here. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to go up through the edges and make sure to fill in on my edges. And then I can get quite a large one here, I think. Okay, so now we've got our two flowers stamped. Now we're going to go back in with there's a sweet little leaf stamp, and I'm going to stamp that using the green Call Me Clover ink. And the little leaf doesn't have to go right, there's no real right side up or down. Let me just see, there's a reason. Yeah, it's a distinctive stamp also. And so I'm just going to go in with that little leaf, and we're just going to stamp it kind of wherever we want to, just to fill in. Now I have another stamp that I'm going to use to fill in, so we still can have more room. And the more leaves the better, actually, because that really makes it pretty. Okay. So just put a leaf, there's no rhyme or reason to this. Just, you want to add kind of busyness as if it were a real designer series paper. And you can kind of have two leaves hooked together like that. You can slip it up in between your flowers, like right here. And I think I'll put a few more over here because that's a bit empty there, isn't it? And maybe one more up there. Okay, now to finish off, we have an adorable little dot stamp. I just think these are the sweetest little dots. I'm planning on using them on other cards, other places. And what I've done is I've stamped off just to give it so it's not so strong. And look at that, we just stick it in just wherever we want to. See how it fits in so well? Isn't that just adorable? And this is what makes it look like its own designer series paper, by filling in all these little spots. And truthfully, it's a lot of fun. I'm just having a great time doing this. I don't know if one can fit in there, but I don't want it to overlap. That's the one thing. I think I'm going to put another leaf right in here because that's a bit of an empty space, isn't it? Okay. I have a wipe handy in case some ink gets on the edges of my stamp. So I'm going to make sure I get the right amount of ink in there. Okay, now I'll put some more little dots. What do you think? Pretty cute, isn't it? And that's it. All done. There's your background. And that's exactly what I did for this card right here. And then for this sentiment, I used another Celebration set called All Adorned. And I used this sentiment, "You are pretty much the best ever." And I just stamped it in the lovely lipstick ink on Whisper white cardstock and cut it out with a stitch shape oval. Now behind my pretty panel, that's my background panel, I put another piece of Blueberry Bushel because I just felt like it really set off the stamped images. Isn't that just beautiful? That's how you make your own background piece. You don't even need to use designer series paper. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by today. If you'd like to order any of these things, pop on over to my blog, prettypapercards.com, or I also have a link to my 24/7 store down below. And remember, these stamp sets are free with a qualifying order of either $50 or $100. And I'll put some specifics down there for you. So have some happy stamping as you create your own background. Bye-bye.